Hey guys. Okay, so I would like to know what can we talk about? I'm in the process of still like growing my channel and I would like to use YouTube as a great platform for me to grow my audience and to grow within the communication process um within the algorithm, and I would love to build, more audiences so that I'll be able to reach more people, and maybe people will be able to, relate to me more. I'm pretty sure they will. Hopefully, I can inspire and someone to, be their best version of themselves. But we all help each other in that way. It's kind of strange because it's like, okay, I'm hearing that YouTube is not going to be here or other social media platforms. You're going to need your own website. I said, okay, so why are people still using these platforms? Oh, well, just until it runs out. I'm like, okay, but it's kind of weird because I'm like, well, oh, well, I can see that money is still being generated. So, I mean, people are still receiving money from their videos and things like that. So, I do understand. And I will be using it up too, just like that. But I'm like, why would you put more and more of your time into YouTube or anything else if it's not going to be here? And then I'm like, well, Chris, people are making money off of it. So, they're going to make as much money as they can off of it, which makes sense. And the other one is, well, you can save a lot more people in the meantime while it's still available. So that makes perfect sense. So I basically answered my own question. And then another thing is that I heard someone say, I know we're not supposed to listen to what everybody tells us or anything like that. Because my last video I said, how in the world are we supposed to listen to the universe when we're only supposed to trust ourselves? It was kind of confusing, but I know that people, in reality, human nature, people use both. They use some of someone else's ideas, apply it to their lifestyle, and they use their own. It's kind of like a balance, because everyone needs help somewhere doing something, in a sense. But yeah, we all do. But I'm also hearing that some people say that we don't own what we say, because now people are now starting to wake up and realize, that the stories and the ways of people's lifestyles, what they're taught, the words that they say, what they know, what they think they know, is not 100% true. What people are really starting to focus on is, what is it? What are the things that we don't know, that we need to find out, for ourselves. And, we've been told a whole bunch of lies and things like that. So it's almost like people are now starting to wake up and realize who they are. And it's like, okay, so they say we don't own what we say, our words. It makes sense to me to a certain degree. And it's almost like, I don't know if degree would be the word, but it kind of it makes sense to me, um, from a certain point of view. It does. Um, So it's almost like, okay, well, if you can just encourage people, maybe, you own that, it's kind of weird, you know, and it's like, okay, I want to grow my YouTube channel, and I'm hearing that YouTube is not going to be here in the future. And then what's really, really weird is that I'm hearing people saying, if you continue to post and you don't get off of YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media platform there is, if you continue to do so, you are addicted to it and you are a robot. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? So it's almost like, well, how am I going to grow my audience if I don't continue to post? What if one of my videos didn't do so well? What if I need to make another one? What if that one didn't do well? What if I need to make another one? And I don't want anyone to think that I'm a robot. It's just kind of weird. So it's almost like, wow, how did we get through this? So that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to. Oh yeah, another thing is that some people are trying their hardest to, you know, get these extra resources that the government is letting people, obtain. And in order for you to do that, say for instance, if you don't have a place to go or anything like that, you can go. They're providing shelter for people to live. Um, I mean, they're giving people, they're paying the hotel rooms and things like that. And I'm like, okay, well, what if they tell you? What if you go take the COVID test, and you don't have it, and they tell you have it? Because I'm hearing that the COVID-19 thing is a whole complete lie. And I'm like, okay, so say for instance, if I wanted to use their services to level up, is what they call it, how in the world would, you know, it be trustful? Because if I go there and I get tested for COVID and I know I don't have it and they tell me I have it, then they're gonna say, well, you're gonna have to give it a shot, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get one because I'm hearing the bad stories about the shot. So what are they gonna do once you refuse it? If they tell you that you have it, are they gonna track you down? Are you going to go to jail? Are they going to prevent you from having certain services because they can track you wherever you are? If you go here, this person, this blah 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 blah, and all of this stuff. Like, what is going to happen? So it's almost like, I'm hearing, do not trust the COVID test. Do not trust because I was also hearing that when they swab your nose, that they can give it to you like that, automatically. So it's almost like, who do I trust, So it's almost like I might as well just be by myself, like I've always been, because whether you realize it or not, it is a good idea, that once you take your COVID test and they're going to pay your hotel room for like a year. Pretty good. Or 6 months or something like that. But you get the same services if you don't take the COVID test and you go to your local um, housing office or wherever state that you live, and there are different, rental assistance that will allow you to have your rent paid for like up to a year or however long. There are other reasons. So it is almost like if you use their services, if you take the COVID test and you don't take it, if you don't take it, either way, the government is still going to help you get on your feet. It's still going to help you utilize their resources in order for you to better yourself. Now some people are still on unemployment benefits and they're like paying hotel rooms off of that, and some people are staying with other people. But if you're by yourself and you want, just like, it's like, so a person who's by themselves now has to juggle. They're like, oh crap, I don't want to be near anyone. I do want to be near someone, but at the same time, I don't want to be a lab rat or turn into one and go take a test, and then they tell me I have something when I know I don't. And you're hearing that it's all false, and it's almost like, okay, what do we do? So that's kind of weird for someone who is trying to use resources and get on their feet. It's almost like, who can they trust? Should we trust the people that tell them that, do not fall for, the different type of assistances that are telling you that you need to go take a test in order to get, free housing for a year, or anything like that? Or should you just go ahead and just rely on the other side of the government allowing you to get assistance, whether it's your unemployment benefits or anything like that, and you'll be able to make it from there, because it's almost like either way you're going to be good. But if you're doing things from your unemployment benefits, it's almost like, you'll be paying, but you really won't, because there's government assistance programs out there that is literally paying your rent up to for a whole year. So either way, you're saving money. Either way it goes. It's just that you didn't take the test, and they didn't force you to have a vaccine, and you're over here on the other side where you did something completely different. So the COVID test is really difficult for some people to take, and they're kind of like scared. So I thought I'd just say that. And so it's almost like, wow, I said, okay, I really want to post some videos, but then it's like, I'm kind of hearing some people say, that, you should take a break. And I'm like, okay, I have to take a break. But how am I going to grow my channel? It's weird. So I don't know. So I thought I'd just update, that with you all. So I'll see you guys later. Take care.